Horror story of Fort. Friends, today's story is about a riddle that scared the whole village. No one had the courage to solve that riddle and save the village. One day, all the villagers living in a village in Udaipur, Rajasthan, called a panchayat and decided that all the young men of the village should be sent out of the village. The sarpanch informed everyone, "As you know, there is a ghost in the fort. She roams in the village at night, and in whichever house there is a young boy, she captivates him and takes him to the fort. Then there is no trace of her. That is why we have decided that the young men here should be sent to some city. When the riddle of this ghost is solved, we will call them." Then an old man of the village, Mohanramji, stood up and said, "What are you saying, Sarpanch? We have been hearing about that riddle since childhood. Till date, no one has been able to solve it." Hearing this, the Sarpanch said, "But we have to protect these children. How will we save them from the wrath of that ghost?" Then Sanjay, who was 25 years old, said, "Sarpanch ji, please tell us that riddle and we will try to solve it. And after solving it, will the ghost not trouble anyone?" The Sarpanch said, "Son, we cannot tell you that because your life may be in danger if you try to solve that riddle." Hearing this, some people of the village agreed to send their children to the city, but most were not ready to accept this. The Sarpanch gave everyone time to think. All the villagers went to their respective homes. When Sanjay came home, he asked his mother, "Mother, you must know about that riddle, tell me." Sanjay's mother, Pushpaji, said, "Son, forget that matter. Because of this your father died, and God knows how many people of the village lost their lives." Sanjay got very scared on hearing this. He said, "Mother, did father's death happen because of that ghost? Now you will have to tell me. I will take revenge of my father's death from him." Pushpaji said to him, "Son, all of us elders have decided together that we will not tell anything to the children about this. I swear to you, don't ask me anything." Sanjay remained silent, but a storm was rising inside his mind. How to take revenge of his father's death? The next day he met his friends and told them everything. His friend Neeraj said, "Brother, my uncle also died like this. We have to find out." Hearing this, Sanjay said, "Brother, no one in the village will tell us anything. We should go outside the village and find out from someone. After all, people outside will also know about it." After fixing the time for the next day, all the friends went out of the village and reached another village. There they inquired, and then they found an old lady. On reaching the old lady's house, Sanjay and Neeraj asked her. Both of them were shocked to hear what the old lady said. She said, "Son, not only people of that village, but people of many villages have died because of that riddle." Sanjay said, "Mother, my father has also died. You just tell me what that riddle is." Then the old lady said, "Son, I will tell you only on the condition that you never go there." Sanjay and Neeraj agree. Then the old lady says, "A king used to rule in that fort. We were all his subjects. The king and queen were very good. They used to do good for everyone. After a few years, the queen gave birth to a girl. Her name was Komalwati. When she was born, there was a lunar eclipse. Negative powers are very powerful in such times. One of those negative powers took over the girl. Everything was fine till she was small. But as she grew up, her nature started changing. She started practicing black magic. When her father wanted to send her for education, she became very angry. It is said that at night she killed both her parents and started ruling as the queen. She used to torture the poor a lot. Everyone was troubled in her kingdom. One day, she was practicing black magic. Then, with the power of mantras, she hid all the treasure of the king in a secret place in the palace and locked that place. Commander Raghav, who loved her very much, proposed marriage. On hearing this, Komalwati became very angry and asked the soldiers to arrest her and put her in jail. But the soldiers liked the commander very much. He did not listen to the queen. The commander killed him in greed for the kingdom. But when he became the king, there was not a single penny in the treasury. The treasure was not found even after a lot of searching. Famine spread in the kingdom. Meanwhile, the queen's soul was roaming in the entire palace. One day the commander was found dead in his room. Since then, no one could become the king there, and we got divided into our small villages. Even today, that ghost does not let anyone take that treasure. Many people went there in greed and lost their lives at the hands of that ghost. Hearing this, Sanjay said, "But I have heard that she comes to the village and takes young boys with her." The old lady said, "Yes, this is the second part of the puzzle." When the villagers stopped going there, then she herself started coming to the village to find her prey, and by luring the treasure, she takes the young men of the village who do not know this story with her. Meanwhile, Neeraj said, "But mother, in such a situation, how can we find that treasure, and how can we get rid of that ghost?" Budiyamai said, "To find the treasure bound by those mantras, the liberation of that ghost is necessary. Only then it will be free from the mantras. But this work can be done only by the one who is not greedy for that treasure and spends all the money in the welfare of the people." After listening to everything from Budiyamai, both came back. The next day, both decided to go to the fort. Both reached the fort without telling anyone. Sanjay had Ganga water and Neeraj had a kalawa, a sacred thread, sanctified with a mantra. First of all, he tied that kalawa on the door of the fort, so that the ghost of the queen could not go out. After that, Sanjay started moving forward, sprinkling Ganga water everywhere. After going some distance, a black shadow started appearing in front of them. Sanjay started sprinkling Ganga water. Then the ghost said, "If you want to save your life, then go away from here." Sanjay replied, "We have come to liberate you. Leave this treasure and be free." Saying this, Sanjay poured all the Ganga water on that black shadow. In a short while, the ghost started writhing in pain. Then a treasure chest was seen behind it. As soon as the ghost was freed, the treasure chest opened. Both of them came to the village with the treasure and handed it over to the Sarpanch. In this way, the whole village came out of the shadow of fear. The Sarpanch used the treasure for the development of the village. This brought prosperity to the homes of the villagers.